I've also gone ahead and took off the plenum plate to go ahead and replace this gasket. I have my gasket right here. And I'm going to go ahead and paint this guy up before I put it on. So that's one thing we've taken off tonight. The other thing I've done tonight is taken apart the whole passenger side of the engine. We took off the turbo, the exhaust manifold, the oil filter, the coolant transmission cooler, and the alternator and the AC compressor. And I'm going to go ahead and clean all this up. I torqued everything down to 15 foot-pounds, and this is the part number for the plenum plate. But I also recap a couple of things that we've gotten done. One of the things is I went ahead and got my power steering pump hooked up to my vacuum pump. We got that taken care of. Got all the bolts tightened, the little bracket over here. It's all tightened up. We should be good to go. Another thing we got done tonight, or this weekend I mean, is we got our starter mounted. We had to fill in this webbing right here and drill and tap a new hole. So anybody that was wondering what's been going on with that, so it's all nice and mounted. I still don't even know if it's going to work. but we're going to find out. Another thing we got done was we got our manifold sandblasted and painted. I was going to use the stud mounting kit. I found out that the stud mounting kit only works with aftermarket exhaust manifolds, and this is the factory one. Of course, we got our pyro drilled and tapped. It's ready to go. Another thing we got done was I've decided to go ahead and do the delete for the transcooler coolant system. So I got that plugged up. That's a 3/4 inch MPT countersunk plug. And down here, this would be the return line. I can't remember if it's the input or the return, but what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to tap that, and I'm waiting on the parts to come in, but we're going to go ahead and tap it, or at least we're going to try to get the another countersunk plug just put in there, because I was having a hard time finding a 1 inch, I think that's 1 inch, to 1/2 inch barbed street elbow. And so we'll see how that goes. And then I've been getting it all cleaned up. Everything's all kind of getting painted as I'm going. It's really starting to come together. I'll be throwing on some new parts here pretty soon. As far as my injectors go, I had them tested, and they tested about as good as some injectors that have 300,000 plus miles on them. And you know, they've been in there since like 92. So we're just going to have to go ahead and I'm going to get some slightly larger injectors, but as soon as those come in, we'll get around to installing them. Another thing I'm going to work on is I've decided, since I've changed everything else on this engine, we're going to go ahead and do the water pump, and we're going to also go ahead and do the thermostat on it as well. The alternator that I need to clean up, and the air compressor, we're going to have to do something with that. We're going to clean it up, we're going to get it remounted, do some painting on it, and then throw it back together, and then we'll be close to being done. But yeah, that's where we're at so far. The valve covers I did take back off because I've decided to sandblast those and have them painted. Thanks for watching.